Vintage Cube Draft here with Simon. Well, this isn't the best pack ever. We have Tinker, which is very powerful if you take it early. Get something tight and maybe Bolas' Citadel. And then you can find it with Mystical Tutors and Demonic Tutors. There's also Liliana of the Veil, which is not a great card, honestly. I think it's great in Reanimator. Grist is an interesting addition. You can find it with Green Sun Seed. And it's probably a good splash in a green elf deck. I'm gonna take Tinker though, it's a very powerful card. Let's see here, yeah, Tinker. Okay, here we have a target for Tinker, Inkwell Leviathan. It's a little slow, it takes 3 turns to kill your opponent mostly. Steam Vents is an interesting card. I like me red-blue. Recurring Knight would have worked nicely with Liliana, or maybe another Liliana or Ashen Rider. I think Steam Vent is a nice card to take. Also early it means that every red or blue fetch land now becomes double. So also Tinker is pretty good in red because you have some artifact themes, so you can end up with more artifacts. Let's say you play Pia and Kira Nalaar, or you get artifacts to sacrifice. You can also have a Goblin Welder and more of like an artifact team. And then you can think if it's perfect into that. Oh, there's Splinter Twin, that's interesting. So it could be like a Splinter Twin tech with Tinker. That's not unreasonable. Consecrated Sphinx is a fine card but somewhat replaceable. Wounded Footage is nice to get Steam Vents, but I think I'll take Splinter Twin. It's the kind of card that's important to get early, because if you take it early, I think I've talked about this earlier in previous cube drafts, but if you take the Splinter Twin and Pestermite early, you can plant your flag and then no one else gonna go into that. Because if someone sees the Seaver Exarch in pack 3, they're not gonna speculate. So it's a nice card early. And also goes nicely with my Steam Vents here. So a good start. I mean, Splinter Twin is a deck that doesn't really need power to win. It obviously prefers to have power, but okay. Kind of like Thirst for Knowledge here. If I'm artifact based, it is a nice card. So draw 3, discard 1. And then red has Goblin Welder, the ready, stuff like that you can put into your graveyard. Also, it's kind of a weak pack. Again, Lordbringer is okay, but they're somewhat replaceable. I think it's the best of the 5-mana dragon, so it's better than Thundermaw and what's the other one? Goldspan Dragon. I think Lordbringer is better, it just affects the board. I guess Goldspan is pretty good too. This card seems weak, honestly, but maybe it's good in Reanimator. Okay, now there is Yawgmoth's Will. I don't think my mana can support Leovold. There's also Crucible, which is cool if you get Strip Mine. And yeah, I'm not gonna play Yawgmoth's Will. I don't think. This does not look like a Storm deck. Also, Storm is bad. So I think I'll take Crucible speculative pick. It's also an artifact. But in some matchups, Crucible Stripman is unbeatable, so it's not a horrible Tinker target either. And you can also sacrifice Tinker. Drinking some delicious water here. So yeah, obviously, I wouldn't play Crucible if I didn't have Strip Mine. It's okay if you have Wasteland too, but that's less good, and it's nice with fetch lands, but yeah. Okay, so we have Phantasmal Image and Golos. Braid is okay too. Tendrils. I'm gonna take Image. I've been very impressed by that card. And yeah, it's just a cheap card. Golos is an artifact, but don't have any great lands to get right now. It does not look like a deck that's going to be able to activate Golos either. So. Okay, Hazoret is interesting. Looks like blue-black Reanimate would have been pretty good. Light Up the Stage is kind of bad. Lionside Diamond is also bad, but it could potentially be good. You would need something to use with the graveyard. Whereas light up stage is kind of bad. Hazard's also bad. I'm gonna take Lions just in case. Never know. Maybe Storm also ends up being completely wide open and no one is playing Storm, and then it's good. But these last packs have been kind of bad. So, oh, Coercive Portal, not bad. I like it better than the other options. So, also a potential Tinker target. Looking like this deck could use Goblin Welder too, or the Ready. It's gonna be able to use those good ways. Stone Coil is kind of weak, but it is something you can play. It's not horrendous, and you can play it cheap and then sacrifice it to Tinker. But I'm gonna put it here for now. And basically nothing, but I could splash Ramen up if I get Strip Mine, and then maybe this is another card that works in the same vein as Crucible. So a little bit low on play, but right now this Lion Sign doesn't do anything. You need flashback cards, or Storm, or some weird... I don't know. It's probably not going to be in my deck. And mostly crap. I guess Seeding Song could maybe get played if I get Kiki-Jiki just to make the mana easier. And alright, take another Ritual. We could back into Storm maybe. Never playing that, maybe take the land. But it would be kind of bad because we passed Yawgmoth's Will and some. I think we passed some other Storm cards too. Workshop is potential. Put it here. I could go really heavy on artifacts and then it can be interesting. It's not good right now, but so this is the kind of draft where I could be put into some awkward spots if I get like twin pieces and good Tinker targets in the same pack, or Strip Mine and Deceiver Exarch in the same pack. So that's a little awkward. But I could also maybe cut Splint but not play it if that comes available. If it's in one of the early picks, I might just pass the Deceiver Pester, might take the other card and then hope to wheel it, because I got Splinter Twin, and unless someone got Kiki-Jiki, they shouldn't be picking those pretty high, I don't think. Okay, what do we got here? We got Bone Shards. We got Riftwing, Cloudscape, fine. Suspicious Stowaway, just basically loot Real Core, that's a little bit better. Sneak Attack, interesting. Nothing to work with that right now, but of course I could get Emrakul. Baral, Ancient Tube is interesting, but yeah. I think it was Brain Freeze, but I really don't want to be Storm, is the thing. Storm is so bad. Rockfell Whale will help me splash Ramen. I think I'm gonna take Sneak Attack, and then that could be an entire game plan. I don't think I saw any. I think I saw one Eldrazi, but I didn't see Emrakul. And also, if I get Sundering Titan, which I want to play with Tinker, I could play it with Sneak. So if there were a better option, I would take that. But Sneak Attack is interesting. Okay, Mana Leak is a solid card. Wheel of Misfortune seems kind of bad. We have the real Wheel of Fortune here. Wheel of Fortune isn't bad. It's also Simic Signet, which will help with Ramen up. Although right now I don't even have anything. It's also Metamorph. I think I'm just going to take a cheap card here in Mana Leak. My curve is a little high, I don't have any. My only 2-drop is Image, which you can't always even play on turn 2. So I'm going to take Mana Leak. Okay, Izzet Signet is always a welcome addition, especially when you have Tinker. Fixes my mana. Ulamog isn't really a good combo with Sneak. You get the middle, is it 10 or 20? 20, but that may not be enough. So Fastest Oracle is interesting, but I didn't take the Brain Freeze. I'm gonna take Izzet Signet, speed things up, fix my mana, and an artifact for Tinker. Okay, Through the Breach, so now we're talking. So if I take Through the Breach, I can now go really hard on the sneak plan, because then I have 2 cards that work with those, and no one else has any shot of getting that. So let's see, do I have anything in my... No. I wish I'd taken the Eldrazi maybe. No. But this is a weird deck where I'm going in a lot of different directions. I don't think Lions Eye is there. I don't think Workshop is there either. So I'm down to 11 playables. And right now Twin doesn't do anything and Crucible doesn't do anything. So this could be a train wreck, but it could also be really good. It's gonna depend on these last picks here. So for Sneak and Breach, you obviously want Emrakul or Kozilek Ulamog. But you can also do fine with Woodfall Primus. Okay, so here we have the Ready, a nice card here. And Karakas. I think I'm gonna take the red. It's just has potential here with some artifacts, and I want a Sundering Titan really. I think Sundering Titan is one of the most important cards for me to get. It just works with Tinker and with Sneak, and now with the Ready too. So Sundering Titan is gonna be a huge card here. I kind of like Force of Will. This is a combo deck that can often win pretty easily once you get things going, and it's really good at protecting your combo. And I got a reasonable amount of blue cards here, so I think Force is going to be great here. Otherwise I might take Top, which works if I get the Goblin Welder, or maybe even Boom at Courier would be okay over on Power Stone. But Force of Will. Okay, so there is Palinchron, that's interesting, because with Sneak, the attack that can be infinite mana, you need to pay a red and 5 to bounce it, but if you then have 6 lands in play, you have infinite mana. The alternative is to take Relic, a fine solid card that works with Tinker. So sacrifice it. Frost Titan is not great. I'm gonna take Palinchron though. I think it has potential. Right now there is nothing to do with all the mana, but you basically just need a Fireball. Okay, so I could splash Bear for 6. I could play Bloodthirsty Adversary. Seems kind of bad though, but it's not a combo with Mana Leak. I guess it's a combo with Tinker. 5 mana you can recast Tinker. Sword is kind of random. I also only have 2 creatures. Port is not what I want. I want Strip Mine or Wasteland. Or maybe Fetchland. So I'm gonna take the Adversary and weak. Okay, Brain Freeze Wield. There is Sphinx of the Steelwind as a Tinker target. We're just not gonna play Brain Freeze, are we? I think I'm gonna take Sphinx because it is something I can... If I don't get any of the other cards, it's a hedge. It works with the Ready and maybe with Tinker. If I'm playing as mono red, it's nice to have it. So we might actually play that. Okay, Manamorphose. Kind of works with this, maybe. Yeah, I think this card is trash. Oh boy, we need a lot of help in the last pack, but the nice thing is we don't need that many cards. For Sneak and Breach to work, we basically only need an Eldrazi or maybe a Fireball to make this win the game. Tinker already is good, I think. I think I'll take Ulamog. Could potentially be a thing. Yeah, take Bloom. Yeah, and for Crucible I only need Strip Mine basically. So I don't need much, but if I get nothing, my deck is a train wreck. It's very likely I'm gonna have to cut one of the combos. And Crucible wouldn't hurt me so much to cut. But only need one piece, honestly. Okay. Power would be interesting if I get it in the same pack as a payoff. Okay. We got some interesting cards. So we got Blightsteel, which works with Tinker, Sneak Attack, and Through the Breach. There's also Remand, which is a great card. in this Oko, but I have no way to splash that card. I think I'm gonna take Remand. It's just a good card. I think I'm gonna be able to wheel Blightsteel. It's not a card that Reanimator wants, unless they got Shallow Grave. And I'm the only one with Fury Breach Sneak Attack. I don't think there's any way anyone is gonna take Blightsteel. So I would play Blightsteel. It's actually a pretty important card. But I'm gonna take Remand. I think I'm gonna wheel Blightsteel. Someone's gonna take Oko, someone's gonna take Wall of Roots. High Tide, maybe the Signet for Imperial Seal. Yeah, I think I should get it back. The mono whites haven't taken either one of these. A little risky, but what? Someone passed me Black Lotus. Alright, well. It means some bribery, but yeah, alright. Someone probably took Sol Ring then. Have to be my guess. This makes ready a little better. Okay, so now there's Glenn, that's a good card. Sheldock, a good card. Chromox Borrower. For those of you who know me, I basically never pass Sheldock. I think it's a busted card, and I'm gonna take it here. Yeah, I basically never passed it. Glenn is also great, but yeah. Okay, Sunring Titan, nice. Alright, this is great. So now Sneak and Through the Breach are good enough, I think. And Sunring Titan makes Tinker great. Right now, so low on play, but I'm still probably gonna play the Sphinx. So yeah, Sunring Titan awesome. So for me to play Palinchron, I think I want a Fireball or something to do an X-Spell. I mean, right now it gets me infinite mana with Sneak Attack. Doesn't work with Through the Breach. But is that good enough? I don't think so. So we had 4 more unique picks. And before this pack is over, first time I've ever been past the Black Lotus, I think. Doesn't happen very often. You basically, it's only Sol Ring that's better. You take it over all Moxus. Okay. This is awkward because there's Kiki-Jiki, but I don't have any of the components. And there's a good amount of alternatives that are good. Also, I think Kiki-Jiki might wheel. There's Volcanic, Preordain, Counterspell. And I already have Steam Vents, I guess, so Volcanic's not necessary. Counterspell is always good, but Preordain might just be... I don't have anything to do on turn 1. So it's kind of crazy that I'm passing Kiki-Jiki, but I want Preordain. I think it's just going to make this deck more consistent. Okay, now immediately I get Ponder. Flame Spill. There is Trinket Mage that gets me Black Lotus and nothing else. Though I could maybe get Stone Cold too. I think I'm going to take Ponder, though it's just it's not necessary to get Trinket Mage here. Okay, Emrakul. You are most welcome. Now I think I can cut Palinchron. It doesn't even work with anything either. So take Emrakul, and it's sad that I'm passing Mystical, but I think with Through the Breach and Sneak Attack is just too important here. Plateau makes... I can still not hardcast that. There is Mindslaver, which is interesting, but not good enough, I don't think. I can tinker it out, but whatever. I guess it works with the ready then, but seems convoluted. I think Spell Push is just a nice card. Oh yeah, so I will Blightsteel. Do I even need Blightsteel? I have Emrakul, Sunring Titan. But I have Tinker, and it's pretty sick with Tinker sometimes. Alright, I guess I'll take it. Also Through the Breach. Okay, I think Everflowing Chalice could be fine. You can play it for 0 and tinker it away sometimes. And now I probably would play. Let's cut the Splinter Twin out of here. Avalanche Riders or from Dino. Maybe I should have taken Avalanche Riders there. If I would be a little bit more interested in Trinket Mage. Let's see, blue cards for force. We got Sphinx, which I might cut. Inker first. A little low on blue cards. Maybe I'll play Sphinx just to pitch the force. No, but... oh, so there's the Expel. But I don't have any way to get black. Unless I take this Gilded Lotus. Also, I have Sheldock Isle Emrakul. Okay, let's take that. Sheldock Isle Emrakul is sweet. You get extra turn. Don't need Ulamog. Stonecoil is interesting, just to say. I guess I could have used that with Palinchron, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I'm at 22. I think I want one more card here. Or do I? I have a lot of mana though. I'm playing this Bloodthirst Adversary and I think it's fine. You can just cast a bunch of cards. Let's say you mill Tinker or it's counter. Or I could also just play this 70 lands and Lotus and Chalice is a lot of mana. The thing is, if I'm playing some crap, I don't really need Stonecoil. It works with Tinker, but it's kind of weak. Yeah, let's just play a lot of lands. I mean, I have expensive cards to cast. I can suggest some Swamp and Plains here, but I'm gonna ignore that. And Forests, of course, for Mana Morphos. I think this is good, and I think this deck ended up being pretty good. I wish I could have taken Mystical so I could combine that with Tinker, because I think Tinker is one of the better cards in my deck. But I could also get Fruit Breach. Mystical Tutor would have been great here. Alright, fine hand. And actually, it's funny that Image actually works with Adversary, I think. You can, I mean, port that, they added that card, cool. So that's a nice addition. So it's a Ponder you can target yourself, but you have to wait to draw the card. It's actually a pretty good card. I got Tinker, but nothing to sacrifice just yet. Maybe my opponent's gonna help me with an artifact creature. Okay. Opponent did not shuffle. Okay. I might just run out Adversary. Just because I can copy it with Image later. Do the Breach. Huh? Or I could just pass with Remand. I think that's better actually. It's very unlikely that this Adversary is going to go the distance, right? So it just seems like a waste. Caracas. So there goes. So Emrakul doesn't really work anymore. Alright, let's just remand that, even though it would be nice to eventually copy that with Image. I think I'm just going to remand to buy time. So I could go Tinker here, go Chalice for 0 and then Tinker. So what would I get? Blight still seems risky. The Sundering Titan doesn't seem great. I blew up one land of each. Sundering Titan is interesting though. Right. Getting Blightsteel is very risky. It's not a legend. This is tough. I'm gonna do it, but question is, what do I get? It's also Coercive Portal, which is interesting. Let's just take Blightsteel, it seems most fun. Hope this isn't treachery. This is definitely a risky line. Fractured Identity would be kind of bad too. But yeah. Oh. Oh. Well, that would have worked against Sunray Titan too, but now at least I have the possibility of Through the Breach. Oh, well. Okay. Spell Pierce doesn't work. The only thing that works is Force of Will or Force of Negation. And then I can... I don't know if that was deserved, but there was a... I thought I was gonna have to wait one more turn. Alright, so Jace the Mind Sculptor. Is anything that's good against that? Don't know. I don't know. Opponent has Solemn. I think we're good. Kind of like Bloodthirsty Adversaries against Jace. Haste can get my opponent. Okay, I got Force of Will with Sphinx, and Sundering Titan means that if I draw Sneak Attack or Through the Breach, I can destroy a lot of my opponent's land, since my opponent is 3 colors. It's also not inconceivable that I will get up to 8 mana with the Signet, and if the game goes long, if I draw a Black Lotus, then... So what am I Force of Willing? I'm gonna be very hesitant to use Force of Will, of course. I'm gonna use it only on something that's absolutely necessary. So here I think I actually pass, because I want to keep Spell Pierce up, and I can play Signet next turn and still have Spell Pierce. So I'm just chilling. Alright, let's just Spell Pierce that. Seems like my opponent is looking for lands, and Spell Pierce is kind of card that you don't wanna wait too long with, because it might get useless at some point. Okay, Shelldock. So I'm 26, gonna be 29 after this. Through the Breach. Alright, let's just take the most powerful card. Put in Ponder underneath Shelldock is so disappointing. So even though I would rather draw, I don't have any shuffle effects just yet. I don't have any fetch lands, so Ponder is basically my own way to shuffle. If this is Jace, I'm gonna counter it, of course. Oh, stealing my Signet. Yeah, I don't think I can allow that. That's too good. Now, if my opponent has Jace, that can be bad. But this was a good draw. I'm gonna discard Blightsteel, put it in the library it belongs. Okay, 5. If I can survive 3 more turns, I can Heartblast Sundering Titan. If this is Jace, I'm basically dead. But what are you gonna do? Oh, very interesting. So I have 6 mana, I think. only need to cast it for 2, I think. And the reason is that gives me 8 mana next turn. Actually, I have 8 mana this turn, so this plays around mana type. But I don't need to play it for free and just then it gets mana type or something. Seems unnecessary. Or spell pierced, you know. Okay. Not gonna bounce Shelldock. Okay. It's interesting because I can still get another shot at it. And now this actually digs me 1 card deeper. Alright, I'm gonna get to Sundering Titan. The question is, do I play around Daze? I don't think so. I feel like I'm under the gun here, and my opponent has Daze, so be it. Gonna blow up that, and I have to blow up my Montania. So again, Jace would mean I can still. Okay. I'm actually kind of happy. My opponent bounced Shelldock now because Food Bridge doesn't do anything right now. Oh, that's not. Wait, is that still in my? Why is that in my deck? I have to change that after this game. Why is Crucible in my deck? Okay, one gets a card here, but I think still it's worth it. I'll cast Shelldock here, and I'm down to 22 cards after this. Tinker seems good here, yeah. Might as well play Crucible. Okay. Yeah, I just forgot that this was in my deck. Probably gonna replace it with Stonecoil, I guess. It's actually funny that I can tinker away my Sundering Titan if I really wanted to blow up some lands. But that seems a little aggressive because I would get rid of a huge threat. Mana Vault, okay. Now what do I get with the Tinker is the question. Golos, okay. Probably gonna get something that's not a basic land, I would guess, to hedge against this. So I could get Sphinx, it seems interesting. I could also get Corrosive Port or Caracas, that's interesting. Mountain. Okay. Attack. This is unfortunate, but my opponent now has Caracas Venser, though it is slow. Okay. Let's just go to attack first and see what happens. Okay, here comes the Venser. Yeah. Now I can tinker now, and but Sucking Sundering doesn't seem great. It blows up an island, A mountain for me. Let's just start by using this. Get blue and I think red. Alright. Not so great. And this Shelldock. And I have to sacrifice 2 artifacts here, but that's fine, I think. If my opponent answers it, I guess. Okay. Yep. It's like the old capsize locks. Alright, I think I'm done here. Now, kind of interesting. I might want Ulamog. If the game's gonna go that long, hardcasting this and then getting rid of Karaka seems like it could be a thing. I'm gonna put that in over Crucible, I think. Yeah, and also seems like it could be good. Sphinx is kind of weak against Venser, but he has a blue card for force. Still think maybe Stone Cold is better. Opponent seems to have a deck that if I can get one hit in with Ulamog, let's say from Through the Breach or Sneak Attack, my opponent could not win in time, possibly. Okay, this seems good. No. Preordain turn 1 because I don't think it's necessary to me to spell person. Okay, I think I like both these. Through the Bridge gets me to Emrakul eventually, and yeah, if my opponent has Karakas, that sucks, but what are you gonna do? Okay, well, that was a card that I would have wanted to spell pierce. Right, let's now hold up spell pierce. I don't want to get jaced. Okay, that was unfortunate. That was one of the few cards I would have liked to spell pierce, but maybe I can spell pierce whatever comes from it. Because this is basically a one-shot card. Oh. Okay. No Karakas yet, which is nice. Okay, like this. What now? Okay. That's fine. I mean, yeah, I could spell pierce to force my opponent to tap Mana Vault, but I think Brainstorm is whatever. Also, might be possible for me to Through the Breach with Spell Pierce backup if I draw 2 more lands. I mean, First for Knowledge is gonna help with that. But I think blowing a Spell Pierce seems weak. A little weak. Alright. Important. targeting. Alright. Okay, I can wait. Tinker. Can first end of turn. And I'm pretty close to winning the game. I think that. Oh crap. Well, never mind. Oh, my opponent is tapping Karakas. I like that. Okay. That's first. And Blightseed is interesting. That beats Karakas. Only for artifact though. Actually, sneak attack beats Karakas, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Alright, well. I think I can still win this. I just need to juggle a few things here. So what I can do is force through a sneak. And then it actually is pretty good. I can't force it through a Venser though. Alright. I want something like this. Okay. Ancestral. Alright, so now okay. I can't do anything about that. So if I had kept Blightseed, I might have been able to win this. Alright, let's do this, I guess. And cast it first. All right. That's pretty sick, isn't it? I guess I discard 2 cards, and I have played a land, right? Discard. I think I just won the game. Let's see. I discard a land and force a will, I guess. What's this? I'm not winning, but I'm getting into attack with the Emrakul here. No, I'm not. Man, if I kept Blightsteel, I would have just easily won the game. Alright, let's just pass, I guess. I don't know. I wish I kept Force Will. I've not been playing this game great. I've been kind of sloppy. I'm very sloppy. Alright, I mean, got me, I guess. Still think I can beat Karakas if my opponent has nothing. But yeah. Alright. Yep. This can tap for blue. Let's cast Sneak, I guess. Yeah. My opponent has 5 mana, so it doesn't even matter. Alright, well, unfortunate. Now, I do have a Tinker, maybe. What could I even get? Blightsteel just gets owned by the Fury. Mana Leak. Frost Titan. Yeah, I punted this game, but I guess that happens sometimes. I don't know. I thought I had more mana than I did. No, I don't even know what I can draw. Actually, I could draw. No, Ulamog doesn't work because my opponent has Karakas. This Karakas just completely destroyed me. Okay. Guess his cost this was 6 and Prey. Probably not even gonna resolve. But I guess it is. Alright. One can spin Ursa too. Yep, and it becomes Fractured Identity. Alright. Okay, I think we could have played this game a little bit. My opponent didn't use it. Why? Can only use that sorcery? Okay, I guess so. Alright, still dead probably, but that was a little fun. Yeah, Fon's deck's very good. I don't know about this Frost Titan, but maybe it was sided against Blightsteel. Font has Ancestral, Force of Negation, Identity. Yeah, good deck. But I think I would have won if I had kept the Blightsteel. And Jace too. Yeah. I'm keep playing because maybe I can find a miracle. If I draw Ulamog. I have 10 mana though. Though Frost Titan's gonna lock things down. Golos, alright. I'm not sure about Golos in my opponent's deck. My opponent doesn't seem to be able to activate it. Maybe with the Signet. Yeah. I only like to play Golos if I can activate it. But... Alright. We don't have many turns now. Yeah, Summoning Titan's not gonna help. I don't think Emrakul wins me the game anymore because my opponent can just jump with this and sacrifice 5 lands or whatever. So I think I have no outs, but maybe some random Ulamog attack could get her. Let's say my opponent taps out Karakas and I can attack with Ulamog randomly. Yeah. Because my opponent is down to 17 cards before I boarded it in. Alright, I guess I jump, why not? I mean, card doesn't do anything. Yeah. Maybe if I draw Phantasmal Image, but I don't know. Keep playing, hoping for a miracle, I guess. Okay, so if my opponent taps out for no reason, I can Through the Breach Ulamog and deck my opponent. But my opponent's not gonna do that. Yeah, alright. Okay, let's say my opponent taps Karakas because a counter spell here, and I can Spell Pierce. Then I win. Okay, but my opponent did. Alright, and even then, yeah. You got it. Alright, thank you for watching. I like my deck, but I could have played better.